Welcome to the Camden County Chamber of Commerce's Get in Your Business podcast, your go-to source for all things small business in Camden County. I'm your host, Allison Shores, and each week we'll be diving into the heart of our community, bringing you inspiring interviews with local small business owners, insightful discussions on issues that matter, and the latest on events that could impact your business. Plus, don't miss out on our expert tips to help your business grow and thrive. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur or a seasoned business pro, this is the podcast for you. So let's get down to business. What's up, Camden County? Allison Shores, Camden County Chamber of Commerce, and you are catching the 13th episode of the Getting in Your Business podcast. The Get in Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors, Comcast Business, Georgia Power Company, Hargray, Plug Power, Radiant, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, and Ameris Bank. So let's get in your business, Tishana. Today, I am with No Limiting Factor Fitness. And the owner is Tishana Browning. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So let's first things first. What is No Limiting Factor Fitness?
No Limiting Factors Fitness is a holistic wellness and fitness center.
Okay.
We pretty much touch on nutrition, which is one of the biggest things we like to focus on. Mm-hmm. We also focus on, of course, strength training, individual as well as group fitness.
Yeah.
And we also focus on rehabbing people, whether it's through using Gratson therapy, assisted stretching, as well as stick mobility, which is more so dealing with mobility and flexibility. So we actually
there's a whole lot of things that you're touching on.
Yeah.
Okay. So first things first, how did you get into fitness? Because you have a kind of an interesting story, so let's hear that.
So fitness has always been in my life. Mm-hmm. I played sports when I was younger in high school and in elementary school. Ran track, played basketball, played softball, volleyball. So it's always been something that has been a part of my life, but it evolved over time.
Okay.
I actually initially went to school for film.
Really?
Went to school for film, and when the market crashed in 2008, had already purchased a home, graduated from college at the time, and had already purchased a home. And so the film industry kind of went away like a few things did for a little while, but I still had to pay my mortgage.
Yeah, bills are still there.
Right. So I was actually personal training people for free just because they saw me getting results from my body, so they would come and work out with me.
Yeah.
But a buddy of mine was like, you need to get paid for helping people. Mm-hmm. So he actually was a manager at the time at LA Fitness, and he hired me on, and I got certified. I came on as a training manager basically to sell personal training, but I decided to actually get certified in it.
Right.
So I went and got certified and I actually became personal trainer, and I started training people. I've been doing it for 17 years. 17 years. Yes.
Wow.
17 years is a long time.
Well, we are excited to have you here in Camden County. So I see that we have some juices out here, and I'm going to say something that you were at Taste of Camden, and you brought me some samples of something that was green. And if you know me, which most people by now do, I'm not the healthiest of eaters, and if it's green, I probably don't eat it, okay? I'm trying to get better about my vegetables. I really am. But you brought me this little green little portion cup, and I'm like, Tishana, But it was good. And Allison Shores does not drink green stuff, but it was so good. So let's talk about your juices and what you're doing with those right now.
Yes. So the juices, of course, is a part of the nutrition.
It is.
So yes, the actual juice I brought you is this one here. This green one is one of my detox juices.
Okay.
So I have this one is also a style of a detox. It's more so weight loss. Mm-hmm. So the juices that I create, they all have a purpose.
I know they do.
They all have a purpose.
Because you know what every fruit and vegetable, what it's actually good for. Like whether it's digestion, whether it's your liver, with all the things you were telling me about earlier. So what made you really want to start attacking the nutrition side of things?
Because that's the biggest issue in society is our nutrition. Yeah. People will work out, but won't eat healthy. And they don't realize you can't out-train a bad diet.
Right. And the two go hand in hand.
Yes. Actually, the nutrition is more the bigger part for you.
Is it?
There's a saying, when you have a six pack, abs are made in the kitchen.
Yes.
So with that,
and most of the time I'm like, well, then Allison won't be having a six pack. But I do think it's great that we have somewhere where you actually are doing the hard work. Because drinking, it's easy. That's the easy part. But, I think we get into our head so much and it's too much work to have to put all those vegetables into, a juicer, or maybe we don't have a juicer, or, all those things. So I think it's great that you are offering this to people.
Yes.
Now, do you sit down with people and figure out what they need?
Yes. So clients, when they come and work with me, the goal is helping them figure out their body type.
Okay.
Also, if they know their blood type, we can actually start working with their blood type, because the blood type actually helps produce certain type of enzymes.
Okay.
It helps in aid in digestion. But we will work with getting a plan together that centers around foods that actually, helps with their digestion based on their blood type, but then also their body type. A lot of people don't realize you have 3 body types. You have mesomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph. Based on those body types, you want to eat a certain amount of macros, which is your macronutrients. So you have your protein, fats, and carbs, and you want to eat a certain percentage.
You are speaking a whole different language to me right now. But I love that you know all that, and that you can work with people, even like me, that have no idea what you just said. I know kind of using my context clues, but I don't know what my body type is, and I don't know what macros, I need, and all those things. So people can come to you and all that stuff.
Yes, that's the whole goal. And helping make it easier, because what people don't realize, it's kind of like, even though I'm not a fan of it, the Jenny Craig program, right?
Listen, I'll start singing that song they used to hear in the 90s. 1-800-94-JENNY. You'd always hear it.
I remember that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's funny. I'm not a fan of Jenny Craig, but I do get the concept of what they were doing.
Okay.
They were counting calories, which is essentially what you're doing when you count your macros.
Macros, okay.
Because based on the amount of calories you put in for protein, carbs, and fats, it's going to determine how you're going to be able to build muscle and burn fat. And of course, the average individual, especially women are so afraid to gain muscle, which you actually need to, right?
Yeah, because we're like, what? I don't want to be like, oh, but actually we need to be strong.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that we have to look like a muscle head.
Right. Just building lean muscle. Yes, just some lean muscle tissue, because really the muscles is what keeps the bones and the ligaments and all of that strong. Because of course, if you're training and gaining muscle through lean muscle tissue growth, that's going to help strengthen you to be able to just live.
Yeah.
Awesome. A lot of women develop osteoporosis. Because of a lack of enough muscle tissue.
And especially when they start going through things like menopause and those kind of things, you start losing a lot of your bone density. Is it density?
Bone density.
Ooh, look at me.
Yes. You know some stuff.
I know, right? So let's move on from the nutrition, because I could probably spend all day with you on nutrition. But I want to also go to some of the things that you offer as far as strength training and even the stretching. So let's talk about some of those things that you offer at No Limiting Factors Fitness.
So yes, strength training is another thing. I used to be into bodybuilding. Won my pro
I was waiting for that to come out. Continue.
I won my pro card in natural bodybuilding. No steroids, anything like that. All natural. And so building lean muscle tissue is a science. It's the nutrition, but then also the way you train is going to determine that, because you can train based on the body type you have as well. So helping people understand what exercises are going to target what muscles, because when you train, you got a primary set of muscles and a secondary set of muscles. So when you train, you want to be strategic in how you train and what you train, so that way you can be effective in the exercises that you're doing, and how often, the range of motion, the intensity, just a number of things, the amount of sets and reps that you do, and the weight. Over time, you want to adjust it and switch it up. And like we were talking before we got started about you using your body weight.
Yes.
Most people, they want to train with weights. My suggestion is like what you're doing. Start out with your body weight. The body weight is the best thing to train with. You carry it around all day.
And I also think that, you know, people think you have to be athletic or younger to actually be into fitness, you know, and that is not true, because if you don't use it, you lose it. Right. And especially with a lot of people, the main complaint I hear is, you know, everybody's tired. You know, everybody's tired. Everybody keeps getting sick. And I'm not talking about like sick, like in the hospital, but, you know, the strep, the flu, all the things that keep coming up. And, you know, all those things can be addressed through nutrition and fitness. Yes. So let's talk a little bit about movement and how important that is. Because you were saying earlier, like, forward is a pace.
Exactly. Forward is a pace. You know, getting up and just walking, right? They have found that if you just power walk, if you just walk, right? Walking can burn, you know, calories as well, right? And there's the movement. You're burning calories just breathing. But of course, just getting up and breathing a little extra while you're moving, while you're walking, is going to help you burn fat, right? The studies that I've read into, it says that the more oxygen you take in, it actually helps your body metabolize and use fat for a source of energy.
Oh, wow.
So if you're actually getting out there and actually just moving and exercising and doing something that's going to require you to actually breathe in more oxygen, that's going to help you with burning fat. Sitting, being sedentary, is most people's issue in society. It also puts you in a flexion dominant position. So sitting, for most of the times, most people sit for a lot of things. We sit to eat. We sit to use the bathroom most of us, right? Yeah. We sit to go, you know, to work because we're driving in our car. When we get to work, we're sitting.
We're sitting, yeah.
We're sitting to watch television. We're sitting to do a lot of things, right? So we're really in a flexion position most of our day, which now puts a lot of stress on the back muscles because they become elongated. The front muscles become shortened. And so when you're elongating them, now you're putting this tension on them. And that's, of course, gravity has that force transmission of compression that's applied as well. And so now you got tension in that lower back region. A lot of people have lower back pain, and that's usually...
A lot of people. Like, a lot of people. And I'll tell you this, after turning 40, I was like, you know, you wake up randomly and like just stuff hurts.
Yes.
Like, I'm not talking about like this, oh, I'm going to die of pain, but like,
it's
a little tight.
Tightness.
Yes.
The tightness.
And so I started really getting into stretching because I was like, I got to stretch this out. Like, it was the only thing that made it better. Yes. And I've noticed in the 6 months that I've been stretching, just the difference in, now that I'm doing it every day, I'm feeling less and less and less and less and less tight initially, you know, and I don't know if it's because I'm sleeping in the same position or what it is, but, you know, so, but you also offer like the proper stretching. I'm very fortunate. My husband knows a whole lot about, you know, strength and conditioning with football and just how to work with athletes. But a lot of people don't have that. So you can actually teach people the proper way to stretch, because there is a wrong way, you know? Yes. So let's talk about some of the stretching techniques that you do.
So we use sticks, stick mobility, which it is very good for people who aren't that balanced yet, who aren't that agile, and who aren't that flexible, because stick mobility gives you stability to use the sticks to help with if you can't stand and balance on one foot. There are a lot of people that actually can't reach their shoes to tie their shoes. Oh, wow. There are certain motions and movements that we can use with stick mobility. The assisted stretching, even that, can help you go beyond your range of where you're comfortable with. It'll be a little bit, just a little slight discomfort, but not pain, but just a little discomfort. But over time, like you even just said, you get more and more flexible. And what people don't realize is flexibility and mobility, although they work together, they're two separate things, right? Mobility is the movement of the joints, right? And then flexibility is dealing with the elasticity in the muscles. You want to have both.
Yeah.
Because, of course, that's going to help you be able to be bouncy, springy, be able to be agile, to be able to move, be able to get up off just a chair, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about stretching is, like you mentioned, over time, when you keep doing it, you realize how better you feel with, not being so tight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you real quick why I became certified as a stretch and flexibility coach. I had a slip disc injury a few years ago. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to control my bodily functions.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on. I was trying to think of the best word.
Yeah, I know. How are we going to turn that? Go ahead.
So, of course, what helped me rehab was Gratson therapy, which I also became certified in that because of the work that my chiropractor did on my back. He also did some acupuncture, and I stretched and I used ice baths. So I soaked myself in a tub of ice, water, and the hardest part was sitting there for the 2 minutes at a time. Once I got through that, I reduced the inflammation in my body.
I was about to say, ice baths are all the thing right now.
Yes, they are. They are a big deal. And people don't realize how much inflammation and toxins you can remove out of the body, and also
just by
muscle
doing that.
recovery.
Yeah.
Yes. Even look at athletes, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to go in the locker rooms and you would see Shaq or MJ or Kobe, and they're sitting with ice.
Yep.
Their feet in tubs of ice, their knees wrapped up in big old bags of ice because you've had a lot of stress. Although working out is good for you, but it's a lot of stress on the body. And so, of course, that stress can create inflammation. Although you've done something good, now we got to rid that inflammation.
Because I'm doing Wim Hof breathing, and then I do cold showers. So I'm not quite. I've tried the ice bath a couple of times, just in my friends had stuff, and whoo, there's a difference between just my cold shower and that ice bath.
Right. It's a whole nother experience.
It's a whole nother level. Yes, it is.
You got to be ready for it. It's a mental thing too.
But most things, with anything that we're actually talking about today and actually in life, it's all mental. You've got to just get your mind right.
Right.
It
is a mind thing.
We're going to do this body.
Yes.
So let's come on.
Yes.
Listen, Tashana, I could talk to you all day. Was there something that you wanted to talk about that we haven't gotten to mention or throw in yet?
So coming up in the next about a month and a half.
Okay.
Depending on the delivery schedule, we're going to bring in a sauna.
Stop it.
We're going to be bringing a sauna. It's going to be a medical sauna.
What does medical sauna mean?
So medical saunas use infrared light.
Oh.
And so the infrared light is good for aging, anti-aging. It's good for weight loss.
That's all you got to say. Anti-aging. Got it. I'm there. Continue.
Anti-aging. Everybody wants that,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Anti-aging, weight loss, skin rejuvenation, also helping with ridding inflammation and toxins. So that's why it's called a medical sauna, because of the infrared light. And of course, the temperatures, different temperatures that it's able to reach.
Oh, wow.
So that way we can actually help with healing the body. So it's going to be, I'm excited about it.
That's going to be so exciting.
It's going to be pretty cool.
But we will stay tuned for that for sure.
Yes. So I'm looking forward for it to come out and you guys to come back out.
Yes, we will. Again. We'll get all up in your business, girl. We'll have to try out that sauna. I can't wait. Well, good deal. Can you tell everybody where you're located, phone number to reach you for anything that they may have?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So we are located at 2714 Osborne Road, Suite F, right next door to Winn-Dixie. You can't miss us. We're in between Winn-Dixie and Golden Hands Massage. We're right next door to them. And that's St. Mary's, Georgia, 31558. Then also my cell phone number where you can reach me at is 678-668-0740. And also you can reach me, feel free to reach me through the Instagram page for our business. Okay. NLFF_23. And that's NLFF_23. That's the Instagram handle. And we do have a Facebook, No Limiting Factors LLC, sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Tashana. I've enjoyed this. I could talk to you for hours about all this stuff. But thank you for your time.
Yes,
and thank you guys for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe.